Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello, my dear students. Assalamu alaikum. Hopefully, all of you are well and having a very, very good time. It's me, Reshma Begum, assistant teacher of Raipur Ideal School and College. Here I am to conduct a class of Ideal 8 and 7's grammar, and the topic is voice. It's the last part of voice change. If you missed any point about voice change, watch my previous video again. Let's begin new point. That is type of object. As you can see here, double object. Here we get two object and we can select anyone to make subject. The example is, they gave me some fruits. Have you noticed that there are two objects? One is me, another one is some fruits. Each of the objects is the active sentences can become subject in the passive sentence. Look, when we use I as a subject, the passive form will be I was given some fruits by them. Here, auxiliary verb is was. Why was? Because in the active sentence, the verb is gave, which is past form of verb. That's why the auxiliary verb is past indefinite tenses was. And when we use some fruits as a subject, the passive form is some fruits were given me by them. Here the auxiliary verb is were because the subject, I mean some fruits, is plural. Okay. Next is factitive object. Here you also get two objects, but you have to use person object to make subject. There is the example is, he elects me captain. Here me is person object and captain is profession object, or you can say it occupation, right? So we have to select person object, that is me, to turn into passive form. Please note some factitive verbs which are indicate the factitive object. An imperative sentence in the passive voices has the following form. The structure is let plus object plus V plus V3 form. The first example is, write a letter immediately. When active voice starts with main verb, the passive voice will be start with let. Here you can see that the first word is let, then the object is a letter, then be, then V3 form is write, that is written, then extension which is immediately. Second example is, do not write letter immediately. When the active voice start with do not, then the sentence will start with let not, then later, then be, then V3 form of verb, then immediately. Third example is, never tell a lie. As like let not, we have to write let never, then object, then be, then told, which is past participle form of tell. Last one is, please sleep on the floor. When active voice starts with please or kindly, in this case, instead of please or kindly, we have to write you are requested to, then remain words. Now, WH question. Here is a structure with an example that when we get who type of question, we will see by whom instead of who, then be verb, then object, then V3 form and extension. You can see the example is, who taught you English? So the passive form is, by whom was you taught English? Next structure is whom type of question. Here the example is, whom did you call? we have to write who instead of whom, then auxiliary verb according to tense, the verbs V3 form, then by, then object. What type of question? The example is, you can see that what do you want? Here, what didn't change? Then auxiliary verb according to tense, then verbs V3 form, then by, then object. Well, now assessment. Here are some sentences for you. Now solution. Don't forget to write this example. Our last point is passive to active. Sometimes you have to face some sentences which are passive form and you have to turn into active, okay? When subject is absent, you have to imagine subject. Look. The sentence is, I'm pleased. Here is no object to make subject. That's why you have to imagine. So, our imagine word is someone. Here the verb is V3 form in the passive voice, but in the active voice it's present form because of am, that is pleases. Pleases because someone is third person singular number and we all know that s or es added with verb when the person is third person singular number. Well, next one is, the ship has been burnt. Generally fire is the reason of burn, so that here we imagine the subject is fire. You may have one question that where is been? Been is withdraw here because it's active form. So the active voice is fire has burnt the ship. Last example. We are refreshed in the morning. Normally we refresh by water or air, and in the morning we can refresh by morning air. So the imagine subject is morning air and the active form is morning air refreshes in the morning. Dear students, I believe that you have understood all the points. Now I want to give you some homework and hope that you can solve all the sentences. Keep learning every single day. Thank you for being with me. Come again next time. Till then, stay safe and sound. Assalamu alaikum.